Hey guys, Brad Gilmore here. Want to give a big shout out to our title sponsor, Walker Texas Lawyer. If you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, whether that be a car, truck, motorcycle accident, or some kind of other issue, hit up Walker Texas Lawyer at 713-552-1117 or walkertexaslawyer.com.
Oh, Brad, what have you done now?
Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. TV host, best-selling author, and radio personality Brad Gilmore brings you a collection of conversations with stars from movies.
Matthew McConaughey.
Brad Gilmore.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, how are you?
The legendary Mr. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher, how are we doing?
I'm doing good. Great introduction.
Jessica Alba and Lizzie Mathis. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Kevin Costner joins us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon joins us this morning. Jimmy, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Brad, for having me. I appreciate this, bud.
Kelly Ripa.
Brad, thank you for having me.
Comedy.
Jay Leno joins us. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Brad, what's going on?
Chris Tucker is in the building. Chris Tucker, good morning to you.
Hey, Brad, good morning to you. How are you?
George Lopez joins us right now. George, how are you doing, sir?
Good morning.
Music.
Lola Monroe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The legendary frontman of AC/DC, Brian Johnson, joins us right now. Brian, how you doing?
Good morning, Brad. What lovely to talk. You me funny lad.
Megan Trainor.
Thank you so much, Brad. You're awesome.
Chloe Bailey joins us. I appreciate the time.
Appreciate you.
And more. This is The Collection. Now your host, The Boat.
Brad Gilmore! And she's joining me now to talk about the Wheel of Time, Season 3. Miss Rosamund Pike joins us. Rosamund, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing very well. I'm in New York City and I'm excited by the reception of Season 3 so far, and I'm ready to keep the momentum going.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, because when you go out and do Season 1 of the show, obviously you set a big tone, and then come back Season 2, you top Season 2. Season 3 is coming out. People are loving it more than the previous two. It's taking it to another level that has to be like so satisfying because you spent so much hours with this show.
Yes, I've spent 4 years of my life immersing myself in the world of the Wheel of Time. I moved my family to Prague to shoot the show. My children went to school in Prague. I started reading the books on audiobook. So I've read books 1 to 4 for you, available on Macmillan or Audible. And I have lived a fantasy life, really, for the past 4 years. So, you know, it's easy for a show to diminish or to sort of rest on its laurels and slightly coast in Season 2 and Season 3. And I feel so proud that we have striven for more and better and higher quality with each season. We know what our faults are. We know the things that we wanted to improve, and we've improved on them. And Season 3 is right where I hoped always that the show would be. And I feel like we owe it to the fans, and we owe it to the people who keep coming back, and our new audiences who hopefully will start watching this season.
Well, that's always what's so great when you're working on a creative project and you see the reaction from the fans is overwhelming, but you still see the places and the little moments that you can take to the next level, you know, for the seasons to come and things of that nature. And you mentioned the audiobooks, and I wanted to ask you, because you've really immersed yourself, as you said, in the world that Robert Jordan has created and narrating those books that the Wheel of Time, you know, the source material for the show is based on. How has that helped you understand the worlds at a deeper level? And has it had an impact of your portrayal of Moraine?
Of course. I mean, you can't live these books, which are so much more emotional than I realized. I mean, in narrating the books, for me, it's a 30-hour performance rather than a sort of dry reading. It's a living inside all of the characters. It's made me understand Rand. And for instance, Rand al'Thor, who is the Dragon Reborn and the central young male figure of the book series, with whom Moraine has a very profound relationship, particularly this season where we see almost something mother-son-like. It's profound, it's conflicting, it's challenging, and it goes to a new depth this season. But also playing Rand, as I read the books, has given me colossal understanding of him and allows me as Moraine to see him in a way that Moraine is a very penetrating character. She sort of sees everything. She has deep empathy and understanding, even though she keeps it masked. But I think for me, knowing Rand from the inside, it's given me huge empathy for him. It's given me even more empathy for Lan, who is Moraine's warder. So I think even more so than understanding Moraine, who I feel I understood already because I would do all that research. It's helped me with this deep relationships with the other characters.
And when you talk about doing the research for Moraine and not only reading the source material, I'm just interested from a process question. How much note taking do you do when you get the script? Do you highlight? Do you write notes? Do you write character beats, or do you figure it out kind of when you get to set during rehearsals? What's more your process with a character like Moraine?
These are great questions. I'm amazed you're interested in this. I mean, it's an actor's life to take notes. You know, the hard thing is you make hundreds of notes, and then finding out what you've written is always a problem. So I make a sort of key at the back of the books, and I make a sort of, I say, you know, this is a really good channeling note, or this is a really good note on Moraine's movement, or the sound of her voice, or, you know, something like an Aes Sedai's gift always has a hook in it, which is something that I just pin up on a Post-it note in my trailer, just remembering that. I also, funny enough, when I was filming I Care a Lot in Boston, I came out of set on my first day, and there's a group of background artists were waiting, and I saw a young man holding the copy of The Wheel of Time, and that autumn I was going to Prague to start filming it, and I thought, he must be standing there because he knows I'm doing Moraine and he wants me to see the book. So I sent my assistant to talk to him, and he came and met me during I Care a Lot a couple of times on set, and he turned out to be a colossal fan, someone who'd reread all the books 14 times, and he made me a sort of cheat notes on Moraine. You know, he really sat down like a professor and talked me through Moraine. So I was doing my own research, but it really helped to have a fan's perspective as well.
Right, because the fans are always going to be so,
you know,
much
I listen
more
to the
immersed.
fans.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you have to. Okay, and I really want to know this from an actor's point of view. Obviously, this show is in different worlds and explores different cultures that don't even mirror sometimes ones that we would be familiar with. And I think that as an actor, what Andre Nexville has done as your production designer is really build those worlds so that when you step on set, I feel like that really helps transport you into the scene that you are in and understand it at a deeper level as an actor, as opposed to just being in front of a green screen or on a sound stage, something like that. Really being immersed in the world has to be so much more fulfilling for your performance.
If we get to a season 4, I'd like to invite you to come onto one of our sets, because I feel you're someone who would really appreciate it. I mean, our sets, thanks for saying it, Andre Nekvasil has done an astonishing job as production designer, not only in the huge set builds we've done in Prague, the Two Rivers, the place where it all began, which was obviously burned in the Trolloc attacks in episode 1, season 1, has been rebuilt for season 3, is even more beautiful, has more depth, is a sort of magical place. Everything works. The forge works, the bakery, the dyeing place, it's like a, you know, in fully inhabited village. The White Tower is equally as impressive. We've had Tarvalon, all the streets of Tarvalon with all the shops, the cafes, you know, we've had camels walking through it. We've had street traders come in. And then obviously this season took us to South Africa, where Andre Nekvasil's team looked at all the colors from the Northern Cape up on the border of Namibia. And for a set that we built down in Cape Town, they matched the rock colors, which they made of polystyrene, you know, polystyrene and light build material rocks. They painted them exactly like the rocks in the Northern Cape. So when we went there towards the end of the shoot, we couldn't believe it, that they were exact replicas. So that's the level of detail that we're going into. And it's inspiring. It's a show for creative people to flourish. And that's a beautiful thing to watch, you know.
Well, congratulations on season 3. Season 4, season 40. I could live in this show forever. And Rosamund, I really
and I mean
appreciate
it. I mean it. We'll invite you if we get there. If Amazon picks us up and lets us do season 4, which we're all hoping for, because you know we're on a roll now. We know how to make this show, and we know the directors we love. Our cast are flourishing. They've kind of come into their own in confidence, and we've attracted these powerhouses like Shorea Dashlu or Sophie Okonedo or Olivia Williams, you know, to come and join our cast. You know, we're not ready to give up yet.
Well, no, you got more story to tell, and I'll hold you to it. But I really appreciate you taking the time this morning.
Thank you. Thanks for the lovely interview.